a rainy Sunday, so I'm gonna walk you guys through what I do every night before work to prep all my meals for the day. I'm gonna go shopping in my freezer. Now listen, you don't have to meal prep all this stuff. You can buy it, but you know, I'm bubble girl. So I'm gonna want some meatballs, like 4 different protein sources. Some meatballs, what else? Oh, I have some beets and sauerkraut, sure. Beef and clam scramble. I'll give you normal people's options for all of these too. I just want to show you how I do it. It doesn't take long. A little beef clam scramble. I need breakfast protein. Okay. I call these my omelets because it's not an omelet. It's high protein. It's fish based, but I mean, I would just make egg white omelets if I was normal. Let's see. So it's breakfast, pre-workout, post-workout, snacks. So those are my proteins for at work. And then for dinner, I'll have my little shrimp and scallop deal. Now those I can just do right away. There's a video on that, how I make my 300 calorie dinner. My other freezer, I got some, I like to keep different legumes around. This is a zucchini beans, this is cranberry beans. So yeah, I always use beans for carbs because it's a complex source of carbs, fiber, a smidge of protein. And I'm gonna bring this bread to work, my buckwheat lentil bread. I would just go and buy Ezekiel bread. Never would I go through all the trouble of making this if I didn't have so many stupid allergies. All right, so now let's get all this stuff put together. So first, for my work snack, I get hungry, I'm on like a 5.5, 6 hour stretch. I like to have these meatballs. They're 60 calories each. I made them, you could just buy them. So I'm gonna put 2 of these in a bag. I have 1 serving of liver and onions left from my previous batch cook. I'm gonna bring that as a pre-workout. You could bring any protein you wanted. A little bit of chicken breast would be fine. I like to have some beets and sauerkraut along with that pre-workout meal. Any carb would do. Slice of Ezekiel bread, sure, that would be fine. I'm gonna take 3 slices frozen bread, and I'm gonna set that in a baggie. And then I'm going to get out a mason jar or any kind of container for my beef clam scramble because I'm gonna want to microwave that before I eat it at work. Got this little avocado. I'm gonna quarter it. And I'm gonna bring 1/4 of it. Woo, perfect, to work. So I can put it in my beef clam scramble. Maybe I'll put a little bit on my bread too. And the way I save this so it doesn't go bad, I just stuff it in a mason jar. Keep that core intact, like that. Keep it in my fridge. And that'll be fine for the 4 days it takes for me to use up that avocado. And then I bring the avocado to work in a little dish. Start logging everything and putting it together. So this beef clam scramble, which could honestly be any range of protein that you want to scramble up or purchase, chicken, whatever. But I can weigh it like that and then pour it into the mason jar, or I can put it in the mason jar first. I have a bunch of these, so then I can go, okay, the weight of the mason jar, zero it out. My beef scramble is 126. I was a little bit off. It was 130 last time, close enough. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna go beef clam scramble 130. It's basically some of my weirdo food. It's just ground beef cooked in the Instant Pot with a bunch of different vegetables and a pound of clams for vitamin B12. But I mean, really, you just need a protein of some sort. And let's throw the liver on the scale. That's 76 grams. So we'll go liver. That was my older recipe, 76 grams. I'm gonna have some beets. So I chopped them up, threw in some sauerkraut, 154. 154. for. And I'm going to have these 2 pork cilantro meatballs. I don't have to weigh those because I portioned them all out to be the exact same size, so they all have the same amount of calories. My avocado, 20 grams of avocado. What else? What else? Okay, let's weigh our bread. Piece number 1 is 50 grams. I go like this. Obviously, if you bought the Ezekiel, you wouldn't have to do this. You just log how many slices. Tear it out. Piece 2's is 48 grams. Tear it out, and 54. Wake up in the morning, I like to have a banana. This is really going to be about 100 grams because that peel weighs about 40. Don't ask me how I know. So basically I weigh the whole banana, eat it, and weigh the peel, subtract the peel, because I don't want to pay for something I'm not eating. But I'm just going to log 100 grams. So morning snack. I'm also going to bring one to work. It's the same size. I like to bring a few pieces of fruit to work. I'm going to give myself 100 grams for that. And then I want to bring a kiwi fruit. So, and I do eat the whole kiwi fruit, fiber, peel and all. So I'm gonna also log a kiwi for 82 grams. So this is my setup for when I go to work. I put a spoon in a brown bag, and I throw my banana in there that's going to work. And then I'll throw my kiwi fruit in there. So I have this little empty bin that I always use for my next day's lunch. You could use a paper bag or just section off a piece of your fridge. And then basically I throw all the stuff that's going to go in my work bag. So my avocado, my microwavable beef scramble, my liver. I have liver on Mondays, and then I bring sardine salad on the other days. So I could use salmon. Salmon would be wonderful. The beets, the meatballs, the bread, my kiwi and my bananas. And then I have my breakfast, my first thing in the morning, and then I wake up banana, and my coffee bottle, of course. And then I'm gonna get my breakfast ready. So my frozen fish thing, I would suggest egg whites, or you could do like a low-calorie, nitrate-free Canadian bacon if you must have breakfast food, or if you don't care about convention, have some chicken for breakfast. But anyway, I have 138 grams of this stuff, so I call it my omelet. And then I'm gonna have that over. This is really sad. I didn't cook enough spaghetti squash, so that's totally fine. We'll make do with what we have. So I'm gonna put the bowl on, zero it out, and put in how much spaghetti squash we have. 30 grams, boo. I usually have about 150. Spaghetti squash, 30. Cranberry beans, I usually put about 100 grams in. Zero that out. Pour them right from the bag, frozen. 88 grams of cranberry bean. And spinach, zero it out. Usually ends up being about 60 grams. 64 grams. Okay, gonna log it. I like to add a little salt. If you're on a sodium restricted diet, use the new salt or some Mrs. Dash or something. I need a little flavor. I keep the frozen omelet in the fridge just next to this until I'm ready to cook them. This is how I just pop that in the fridge. I got my frozen omelet in the fridge. So say it's morning, breakfast time. I've had the banana. I'm gonna pull this out. It's gonna be thawed by then. I'm gonna pull this out. It's gonna have a little more spaghetti squash in it. I crumble this, now that it's thawed, over this top here. I like to use the same bowl. I microwave that for about 4 minutes. The spinach cooks down, everything's nice and hot and yummy, and then I top it with a little bit of coconut yogurt because it gives it a nice, yummy, creamy flavor. So I tear that out, and then I scoop out usually like about that much, 18.3, and then I log it. It's actually really yummy, especially when you have enough spaghetti squash in there and you have all your seasoned protein. It's filling, it keeps me going for the whole full morning. All right, my work day is here. I'm in a rush. No time for meal prep and any of that mess. This is gonna take a full 60 seconds, if that. So I'm gonna grab my lunch bag. I have 2 lunch bags. I have this big bag, and then I have my little snack bag. I'll show you how I load them up. Keep a salt shaker in there. Okay. So I have a nice big, these will stay cold all day through my shift. So if I didn't have access to a fridge, that wouldn't be a big deal. I would just have to not put things that need to be microwaved. And there's only one thing in there that needs to be microwaved. Anyway, so. All right, let's pull out all of our food. This I had for breakfast. My banana, my kiwi, and my spoon. I have my avocado. I have my beef clam scramble, the only thing that needs to be heated up, and I could easily substitute that for some cold rotisserie chicken or something like that. My bread, my beets, my sardine salad, our liver today, meatballs. Again, normal people, you could have a meatball if you wanted. You could have salmon here instead. You could have a piece of Ezekiel bread instead of beets. You could buy all that good Ezekiel bread or the Olay Wellness Extreme high fiber wraps. This could be more chicken. It could be some lean beef. Avocado is always nice. Anyway, I'm gonna throw it all into this bag. It's all gonna fit perfectly. My coffee bottle. Boom. And then I bring this little snack bag on the side. So because I have a 2.5 hour break in between my shift. So when I go in for that big stretch where I'm training people for 5.5, 6 hours straight and I need my little snack, I leave the rest of this in the fridge. What I do is I pull one of these ice cold packs and I put it in this little mini. And it's the perfect size for these 2 meatballs, kiwi, and that banana. Keep this little guy with me at all times, and when I get hungry, I eat out of it. Other cold snack ideas would be, instead of the meatballs, instead of some salmon or some, Whole Foods deli. The reason I get this is because it's cheaper than the beef, and I'm allergic to, I can't have poultry. Or I would just get the freaking turkey and the chicken, and I would eat that all the time. This is no nitrates, no nitrates, no preservatives, nothing in there that's going to give you cancer. You can actually pronounce everything in it. And 4 slices only has 70 calories and 11 grams of protein. So you don't even have to cook anything. You just got to bring it with you with an ice pack. It's real easy. And yeah, basically I eat out of these all day. Now if I wanted to substitute something, that'd be totally fine. If I decided I wanted to have something from Chipotle or something, I would just not eat the equivalent in calories of this, and I'm going to know how many calories because I'm going to log it. I'm going to show you how I log it all now. I have to show you this in Cronometer only because all of my custom recipes are in there, so that's the only way I can log all this weird stuff I made. But from now on, I'm going to be trying to, when I make a recipe, I'll show you how to log it into MyFitnessPal as well. But I mean, it's all kind of related and similar. So I'm going to go to diary. I'm going to go to tomorrow. Now my goal is to eat all this stuff and have 300-ish calories left for dinner so I can make that stir fry. So I have a little note to self there. Okay, so for breakfast, I'm going to have a banana. This keeps track of all the stuff that I usually eat, so it makes it faster. Add the diary, that's breakfast, and then I'm gonna have my omelet. That's what I call my pureed egg bake. And that was 138 grams. This takes about 15 minutes at night. Small price to pay for knowing where I'm at. Spaghetti squash, I'm gonna probably add a little bit more in the morning after I make some more, but I usually put 150, but today 30 grams, a little itty bitty smidge. Okay, cranberry beans. That's fine. I probably won't even miss it. Cranberry beans. They are mature seeds, cooked, boiled. Yep. And I had 88 grams of them. Grams, please. And I have some spinach. Spinach raw, 64 grams. And I'm gonna throw on a dollop of Cocoa June coconut yogurt for probiotics, and just because it makes it taste yummy and creamy. I log 25 grams, and then if I don't use 25 grams, I will just come back and edit it. Or I'll just get some bonus credit for calories I didn't actually eat. All right, 400 calorie breakfast. And then after my morning clients, I'm gonna have some liver, custom. So let's see, not the June one, but the one before that, which would have been March, liver and onions, okay? That was 76 grams. Then I'm gonna have some beets and sauerkraut. Beets and sauerkraut, May 2024, yep. And that was 154 grams. Okay. Those are my carbs. So my pre-workout has 200 calories, about 20 grams of protein and 20 grams of carbs. Not a lot of fat. And then I'll probably have a piece of that bread with it. So I'm just going off of this because I find it tedious to weigh everything and then come and put it into this app. I'd rather just sit here and do it from this paper. That's just me. I mean, you might be different. So this is my lentil
buckwheat bread. And I'm gonna have 50 grams. And then on my next mini meal snack, I'm gonna have I brought 3 slices.
If you eat the same thing every day, this gets really easy because you can copy from day to day. So you don't always have to log everything every day. So for dinner, this is set to put me in a deficit because I burn a lot of calories at work. So my calorie target's a little higher than a lot of my clients, but that's just because I'm running around all day and I lift weights a lot. So I have 750 calories left for dinner. So instead of that 300 calorie stir fry, I mean, maybe I can have a glass of wine because I saved the calories for it. Okay, I can't have that much because I want to save 300 calories for there. Okay, so I can have a few glasses of wine with my dinner if I want, or I could say, no, I don't want wine. I want to have, instead of that low-calorie shrimp stir-fry, I'm going to have some leftover grilled pork ribs. It doesn't matter. I can do whatever I want with those calories because I controlled my eating during the day. I got hype. And let's look at how much protein I've eaten before dinner. Protein. 100 grams. Nice. Okay, so then dinner's going to put me right at that 130, 140 grams of protein, so I'm happy with that. But now, some days I put more in that bag than I can actually eat. And so then I start going, it's kind of like, remember if you were in your 20s and you went to the grocery store with some cash and you didn't have enough money and you had to put stuff back? It's like that. You do that with your calories. So you go, shoot, okay. Well, let's say Vinny said, oh, I want to have grilled steaks tonight. I'd be like, okay, let's see if I can afford that. So I want to have a New York strip. 4 ounces. I want to have a full pound of it. I could actually do that, but I wouldn't be able to have a glass of wine with it. Or I could go 4 ounces times 3. But if I have a 12-ounce New York strip, I'll have 254 calories left. I can have a glass of wine with it. And I still have 37 calories left, so I can even have some like steamed spinach. Spinach raw, like 64 grams, and I can put like a few sprays of my olive oil sprayer on there. That'll be about 2 grams. Bam. All right, so I can have a 12-ounce New York strip. I can have some spinach with a touch of my olive oil spray and a glass of wine. Woohoo! And then there's gonna be days too where, see, it's like a puzzle. Just play with the pieces of the puzzle. There's gonna be days where, stop it, okay. Maybe I'm gonna do a hard workout. So maybe I'm gonna wanna, have a little bit of extra breakfast, a little bit of extra lunch. So that's fine, I'll bring 6 slices of bread. It doesn't matter, I can do whatever I want with my calories. I'm hitting my protein goal, I'm in my calorie budget. One more little scenario. Let's just say I'm going out with friends and I know I'm gonna drink a whole bottle of wine. But I'm just going out for drinks, I'm not going out for food. I'll log in 750 ml wine. And I'm not encouraging you guys to drink wine. I'm just going by what I see happen all the time. I know what's going to happen, and I can't follow you around and slap your hand. So I'm going to show you how to budget it. So now I have 200 calories left for dinner. Now, if I want to have my 300 calorie stir fry, and I really would prefer not to go under 200 calories for dinner, then what I can do is save 100 calories from somewhere over here. And I find just shaving off a piece of bread is usually an easy way to do it. I don't want to make my breakfast any smaller. I'm not going to give up my liver. I can get rid of, or I could do 250 calories of cardio. Don't count all your cardio. Those machines are inaccurate. They tell you you burn more calories than you burned. So if you want to shave off 250 or 212 calories, I would at least do about 250. So then I wouldn't have to adjust this. Or I could just go, yeah, I don't need that 54 gram piece of bread. Perfect, I have just about 300 calories remaining. So I just won't go heavy on that, sesame oil or whatever. Okay, enough. This is fun for me, can you tell?